Hello, it's Jeffrey with Real Nifty Vintage, and today I am currently in my spare bedroom. So this is a room that we don't currently use very much for anything. So I wanted to show you around because I am going to probably do something pretty crazy. Currently using it for just a catch-all for the reselling. For instance, I have this table here. It used to be our dining room table. And then over here in this corner, I have my heat press where I make the bags that you can buy in my Etsy shop, the shopping bags. And then, you know, we've got just kind of nothing else going on here. A couple paintings, random stuff, the TV, which we never use. There's no point to that. And then for the most part, it's pretty empty in here. You know, I've got a piano, keyboard, stuff like that. So what I'm actually thinking about doing in here is turning it into my reselling room. So I currently have an Etsy room downstairs, and I've shown that before. It's nice layout and everything, but this room gets a lot better lighting, natural lighting. You can see with the window here and over here. It gets lots of natural lighting, and it's just I would say just a nicer room to be in, and it's on the main level. So we're actually thinking about moving everything down from downstairs up here to this room. I've been thinking about how to best do that because, well, you do notice that there is a giant window on that wall and on this wall, so that takes away a lot of usable wall space for shelves. It's sort of a trade-off. But I've been working in my head about how I want to lay this out, and I'm going to give you some basics here that I think we figured out. This back corner is where we're going to do the photography area with the light box. So that's Aaron's main job. He takes the photos of items and he creates the listings. He doesn't really know a whole lot about the vintage stuff, so I give him a list of items that have the titles, and then he goes through and does the photographs for them. But basically this would be his area over here in this corner. So he would have the little square table and the light box, his chair, maybe do a rolling cart or two, and that's how that would play out. I'm not quite sure if I want to do the shipping table over here or float it sort of in the middle. I'm more leaning on the near the window directly, just because of the way that wires are, and you know, there's going to be a shipping scale and all that on there anyway. These I haven't shown yet. There's currently stuff in here that, ow, this room is very shocky. So I've got stuff in here. This is mostly booth items, you can see. So those things will be going in some fashion somewhere, but they're just overstuck right now. But I've got that cabinet. That'll probably be staying there, as well as this one. This cabinet is a fun one. Also just sort of overstock items, not really that filled up right now. So those will be staying there. That fits nicely in that section right there. Where the bulk of the items are going to be stored is this wall over here. So this is the Etsy room. When we finished the basement a couple years ago, I specified this room just for this. So it has worked out well. You know, this is what we have right now. The light box, we've got the chair, and this is the main shipping area that I have worked with. And I really like the way that this is set up, but you know, there's a few reasons why we're wanting to move this upstairs. We both really don't like being down here. We are in the basement. We do have some windows, but it's not the best. It's generally a little bit chilly down here. We'd rather just be upstairs where it was nice and bright. But this is the shipping station. This is pretty much my main thing that I do. I work and ship everything out. Now the items over here, this is all of the stuff that we have listed. This is going to be something to deal with as far as moving all these items. So I'm trying to make sure that this is like the best thing to do. We just kind of have some extra time on our hands due to the virus, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm not just spinning my wheels and doing things that aren't really needed. But I think this is something that I've been thinking about for a long time, and I just never could really make it make sense. The first thing that we're going to have to do though is clear this room. So that table right there will have to be taken apart. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this section right here upstairs, put that in the corner, and we'll just sort of work from there. I don't really have a plan. All right, so I have the photography corner all up here. I just need to put it over there. All right, so it is now later in the day, and as you can see, I moved beyond just this one corner and I started doing the shipping station. So we have the boxes sort of arranged the way that I think they'll work the best. So we've got my little branded boxes there. We've got the larger 8x8x8 boxes. I'm gonna put like a little trash bin right here, which I've always wanted to have near my shipping station. So it's a small thing. And then over here, I have this cabinet, this middle cabinet that I will put like shipping supplies in. So you've already got some of those in, like my packing tape, random stuff. I'm gonna put my notepads in here that I sell. I've got my little magnets that I made up. It would be last summer, I think. Still have those for sale, my magnets. And yeah, lots of space really. So yeah, I mean, I think this will be working out really well. We've got some space on top. I'll put probably bubble wrap up there. And then we can put more bubble wrap up on top of this one. All right, so it has now been a little bit and I went ahead and ordered shelving. So as you saw down in the old Etsy room, I had shelving, but I decided to go ahead and buy new, which does of course mean I'm going to have to assemble it. I ordered those online, so that was easy. Muscle rack, they're calling them, 3200 series. What's the sizing on here? Does it say? I think it's about 60 inches tall, if I'm not mistaken, and about 36 inches wide and 18 inches deep. So I ordered 7 of them. I'm gonna do 4 in one big solid chunk right here, sort of like back to back, and so they're gonna come out kind of far. And then I'm gonna do one shelf like right here, so there'll be like a gap to walk in between them. And then I think 2 over here in this corner. I don't know if I'm going to put them like deep, meaning like one against the wall and then another one right in front of it, or I could do one that way and then another one that way. I just kind of have to play out these, see what they look like once I build it. But 7 of them, yeah. So that'll be fun, huh? Putting that together. Okay, so this doesn't look very exciting, but I think it's one of those things where just got to do it once and then the other one should probably go together fairly simply. All right, 1 shelf down, 6 to go. So I'm not actually happy with the way that I put these shelves on because I didn't have a plan. So you can obviously put them wherever you want, but anyways, the point is I can kind of do different things with some of these. They don't all have to have the same configuration for the shelves. As Erin pointed out, I was like, oh my gosh, I got like halfway done and I'm like, this is too big of a gap. But, you know, it's okay. I think it's fine. So I'm gonna try to make them a little bit spaced out a little bit more evenly. I just wish that there was one more shelf, to be honest. Like I kind of, like even this is almost too much like height. I'm gonna do the next one here. It's gonna actually it's gonna come out just like that one does. So it'll come out this way, okay? And then there's gonna be a little bit of a gap to like walk in between the next set. All right, so I'm back. I wanted to mention something because I went ahead, it was gonna drive me nuts. I changed that back one. It just looks so much better. Everything's gonna be the same level and it's going to be just nicer looking. But like, especially back here, this gives me, like, I don't know, it just is better. Like you can reach in and get to things all on the same level rather than like different heights. So I'm glad that I changed it now because it would be very, very hard to do it any other time. All right, well, unfortunately we had a little hiccup and the 7th shelf did not work out. So it would have worked just great right there. The problem is I went to open it up and it was missing these little brackets right here. Now these are, you have to have these if you're going to make it any taller than like this. So yeah, I couldn't use them. I could not use that last shelf. So that will have to go back. So I am just working now with 6 shelves, which might actually work. We are going to, what I think I'm going to do, and I think this is true with whichever route I go, this shelf here, I'm going to put horizontally and just sort of make a cap on that end. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But the next thing up, you know, it's pretty late now. I don't have a clock in here. It is actually about 7:30, I think. And we did take a break. As you can see, it's like, you know, we had a little bit of a break. I did some of this. Oh, something else I did. I put this up here. So I was missing having my shelf right here or anywhere for my computer. This is like a little computer thing. But in the Etsy room downstairs, the previous one, I had a shelf right above here and it was at eye level. And I like that because I need all the space I can have right here, just with the boxes, and then that's in the way and then you got to kind of hunch down. So I put this up here, very nice, worked out well. And I think that's pretty much all I worked on. I do want to get a Rollo printer. I have mentioned that in the, well, I've never really quite mentioned that I wanted to get a Rollo printer, but that thing's huge. It really is. And it's just, the Rollo printers are just quicker, easier. I will say my labels are printed on like a stickered sheet that's perforated down the center, or it's actually cut down the center. So you can just peel it right off and stick it on. So I'm already to that level. All right, it is the next day, and as you can see, we started putting things on the shelves. So we have, I don't know, about 1/3 of the previous Etsy room deconstructed. They are, yeah, they're tea things. They're little, it's a sugar and a creamer. This is coming together. So we have tea things over here. Actually, that one in the back sold, the white one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh, and that milk glass thing. They're sold to the same person.
This?
Yeah. I love that piece. That is it's called Bramble, I believe. Well, Bramble is one word, and I think there's also another word that they use for that one. It's made by Westmoreland. Beautiful.
What's this thing?
What? Oh, that's a cow creamer.
So another thing that's kind of creamery.
Creamery. Yeah, I guess it can go over there. So many things.
There is, and you don't know until you start. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't, that's not a planter, that's a figurine.
Oh.
Where would you put a plant? She doesn't have a hole, except in her bottom.
All right then.
That's Nyolac, or I always say it the wrong way.
What do you want it?
It's
Nyloac
or Niloak.
Isn't that a vase?
This is definitely a vase. It's for succulents.
For vases, I think, down here.
I thought this was your vase area. Planters.
Planters, vases, yeah.
Aaron goes wild to organize, doesn't he?
Try to keep it. This is our chance to really get it right, guys and gals.
Yeah, he likes to organize. Hi, Stella. You can come join me in my Etsy room now. You got little junk on your head. What were you getting into? Oh, poopy doo.
What's this thing?
That's a vase. There's a match for it. Did you find the match? Oh, it's right here. This goes with it. This is very cool. It's made by Fairyland, a Fairyland import, Japan. And it has like these 3 horns with this. That's not focusing. Yeah, it's so cool. It has the flower on the front and the little cherub or pooty, whatever that is. And it's blowing a horn, and then there's those 3 horns. It's so cool. This is one of my favorite items, actually, and just because it's different. It's very unique. Here, I don't know where you want that.
Salt and peppers that did not go in those containers are going to be kept up here. So.
The ones that do not go in the containers?
This figurine?
That's a vase.
Oh, God.
Do you know the difference between a vase and a figurine?
Yeah, you can't stick flowers in her.
So I see you're putting the blown glass items in.
Yeah.
And there's all my brass items. And it's a funny thing. Oh, there's the rest of the glass up there. We were joking about these just a minute ago, and where'd they go? And they sold. So hopefully none of you are like, ah, I love those. They are so cute. So those are going somewhere else. Stella, how you doing down there, little boo-boo? You don't look impressed. All right, so we're back down in this room. He has all these bins lined up so I can fill them. Yeah, these shelves are pretty much getting cleared. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to fill the rest of these bins up. Wow, okay, so this is just, there's a lot going on here. So all of these are now filled. I still have to make a couple more trips with, well, at least one more for the stuff on this top shelf. Now this stuff here is pretty much all gonna go in a tote. It's gonna go upstairs. This stuff right here on the second shelf, I think all of it's going to be unlisted, if it's not already. So yeah, we've got some things here, like that's just bulky. It's cool looking, it's kitschy, but it's probably gonna go in the booth along with like these Salem plates. They're not really a big seller. Stuff like that, just heavy old things I've had. We're gonna just get rid of them, put them in the booth or whatever, donate. But all of this stuff here will be put on, I mean, it's already online, but it'll go upstairs. I just love this console bowl. I'm surprised it's still here. This is Roseville. Or no, it's Weller. What am I thinking? It's Weller. It's just so pretty. It's a console bowl. Yeah, I mean, we're moving along here, but this, I don't know if I can move these by myself. They're really filled up, so I'm gonna have to wait probably until Aaron gets done mowing and he can help me carry these upstairs. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. I will keep everyone up to date once we get the new room all situated. But with that, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.